just once the whole game for the Belgian O-line. So the USA exploiting their more fallibility, as you see the far sideline. Singleton once more out on the field with the connection to Landesmen. Oh, that's a lovely gainer on the near side. Brown, no big passes, just a slinker to Dameron. There's plenty of options over the top if they want to have a go at the shots, and they have the throwing creds to do so. The USA have been one of the few or least impacted by the breezy conditions out in Nottingham thus far this tournament. They just continue to swing patiently. Absolutely, otherwise you'll see this game race away and then think, what on earth hit you? This is some of the finest we've seen thus far against the USA. Of course, they did cruise through the pack, although the Germans did have a pretty tight game with them until that fifth point, but it all just mentally went wrong. They finest we've seen thus far against the USA. Of course, they did cruise through the pack, although the Germans did have a pretty tight game with them until that fifth point, but it all just mentally went wrong. They said to us, as a huge explosion, Louis Betrancourt, the man who used to play soccer this year. That one's going to be so low and an easy pickings for Van Dameron. And a squandered opportunity. A lot of these big deep shots for the Belgians have been quite low. Dameron now racing off. Clear dish, great communication there. The crowd don't like it too much. The two really pressuring on the throws. But certainly, we haven't seen any USA zone yet. There's a hammer soaring through the sky. Lovely find to Landesmen. Has a think about the ripper and nearly spooks Dameron. Moments now as we emerge into the final third of the field. Dameron on the inside. Nice flush around to stop the easy pass, but the quickness, the decision-making of Josh Singleton. What a throw that was to Landesmen. It barely was in his hands.
Magnificent.
High power knife. Only seen those a couple of times out on the fields. But we love the creativity from Nissen. And a second one in a row. Just slicing through the Belgian zone.
Grabbing them up like a Christmas turkey right now. Those blades very effective for the Americans.
If indeed that had come off that greatest, you'd have to think this could have been a very different game energy-wise, as we see a fine Belgian pull, giving a longer field, lengthening things out here for the USA's. Brown in central position. A little jump to Singleton, but all workman stuff.
See a split stack again, kind of isolating two players on the open side there.
Landesmen to Dameron. Okay.
On the open side there.
Landesmen to Dameron. Okay, ball taking up towards the deep space. That's going to be just around to Singleton. Followed up nicely to Dameron. Okay, ball taking up towards the deep space. That's going to be just around to Singleton. Followed up nicely. Good timing and connection that's been developed over the course of 2 weeks. The US had one training program to see a pit call. So one weekend, way back home. Lots of Skype